Hello once again and welcome to another edition of African Stars Club Legends. In today's edition, we are joined by Ngatangue, Richard Kamberipa, a man who needs no introduction. He played for African Stars. He was a one-club man, started as a youngster, very good technique, your modern box-to-box midfielder, probably, from my own opinion or my observation, one of the best ball careers of his generation. Ngatangue, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Um, just tell us a little bit about your football journey, how you joined African Stars and where you started. Before that, we all played some street football from the small clubs before we graduated to the bigger stage.
Obviously, I started in streets, OJ streets, with my guys that I grew up with, the Chiho siblings and all of them. As I graduated through school, I went to Diepra, and I had talent already, and Mr. Willemans, he taught me how to protect the ball.
And you came through very good heads. That I knew it's to be serious, and I think that I didn't know that you were a dribbler, but your ball technique now tells me where you came from. Very good ball technique.
At Diebra, there we was the same age group with Donald Chikune, Opi Samaria, and Bimbo. Them were maybe 1 or 2 years older than us, but I think the love there grew exponentially. And from there, as young kids from Diebra, we used to go and play in Okahanja. There was a team there, Morocco City Stars. I had a wonderful time in Okahanja. They used to come and pick us up, and we'd play there. After they would come back as fish and chips and everything. Yeah. And from there, I relocated to Windhoek. And my buddy, Issa Kavari, played a little bit for Hungry Lions, unofficial matches and that. From there, he took me to Golden Rivers. That is now, I don't know what is that season. It's in the Premier League.
Yes, it played in the Premier League, I think 1 season.
Yeah, that season, when the teams were subdivided. Yeah, that's where he actually went there, and we played a little bit. I remember playing my game against African Stars at Escaria Stadium. I gave it my all, and the people saw me.
The say you gave it your all. Honestly, I think it was a dream of every child growing up in that section where we all grew up. That was a dream of everyone to play for African Stars. So that you obviously probably wanted to impress so that you can be spotted by the scouts.
That's the thing. But you see, African Star never spotted me. From there on, Issa Kavari took me to African Stars. He only trained for a week, and then he left me there. So I had to swim there and...
swim with the sharks?
Yeah, swim with the sharks. It was very difficult. So I trained maybe for... I don't know whether it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then I couldn't make it. It's not that I couldn't make it, but
there were too many good players.
It was such that when we play football, the first team is playing that side.
Second team.
The second team.
French players.
Yeah, and now the French players, if you sit on a bench, you are first team player. So you play maybe 17 guys against 8 guys. It didn't make sense. So I just went home and stayed for a while there. And my buddy, Sipembe Kanjo and Bones and Saki and Charlie, they convinced me to go back because obviously they knew the talent. So luckily this time when I came back, it coincided with Shepard Murabe coming to
African Stars.
Yes, and that's how I joined African Stars now. And also when Shepherd came, my whole scope of football was also on another level. I must give due to Shepherd.
Herbert Morabe.
Yeah, in molding me.
Talking about Shepherd Morabe, you were also among the first bunch of players that was selected to represent maybe our first national team under 20 years.
Yes, 1990.
Yes, and Shepherd was the coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Shepherd was the coach.
So tell us a little bit about that experience by starting playing international football.
Yes, Shepherd was something else, very good motivator with his practices was very
Enjoyable.
very enjoyable and a very, very good motivator. Even already when we started at Stars, maybe after every training matches, he would come to me and speak to me on a personal note and tell me, I was probably the youngest. I was about 16, 17. So when we were selected to play, we went to Lesotho, where we played for the under 20.
Yeah.
That is 1990.
1990.
Yes, yeah. That was something else. Us, we were in the same team with Shivute, Lucky Kakua, Gospel Chikerete, Dolly Van Bay.
Ronnie Masilo.
Yeah, Ronnie Masilo.
Somalia.
Bobby was not there.
Yeah, a couple of very good players.
Very, very good players.
Rex English.
Yeah, Rex and Kim met
Kim.
and also Shotgun. What is that?
Oh, Carl Moton, yeah.
Was a very, very good.
Very good defender, yeah.
That guy could, I could almost go everywhere, but he was a very good player.
No, you were very. I don't think it was fitness, but you were a big agent. I never saw you walking, probably showing signs of tiredness. Were always strict. Did you train on your own, or what motivated you always to be on top of your game?
You see, it's when playing for Stars was sometimes very difficult because we had our defenders, so you put the ball in the air. It was a bit difficult. So I had to run around to try and get the ball. So I was not one of these players. I know many players, when they go into the national team, they don't even want to be passed. I was constantly looking for the ball.
We're not scared to get
Yeah,
the ball. Players say, no, don't pass me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was, even if I make a mistake now, next thing I'm still looking for the ball.
I do recover the ball.
Yeah, I had the business with the ball.
What were your biggest moments with African Stars? I mean, you were one of the longest serving servants that have played for a long time. Sometimes hockey patches as well, where the team was not doing exactly well, and also won a couple of silverware as well. So what was your biggest moments?
Actually, Carlos, I didn't play that long. I almost retired to 26, 27 years. Because I started early. So most people they think
longevity is there.
Yeah.
Well, you started early.
Yeah.
But if you stop at 29, you played almost 10 years.
Yes. Yeah. So in my African Stars, the game that stands out for me is the very first game that African Stars played against Liverpool at Katutura Stadium, back to rafters. And what a match. And coincidentally, I scored the winning goal.
And you were not really, you're not always among the goal scorers.
Yeah. Because I can safely say that in the first 3 seasons or first 4 seasons, when I started playing for Stars, I can safely say 70% of the goals scored they were started by me or
You were involved in
Yeah.
them, but you're going
but as we grew, I played with older guys, and let's say you are playing now against Orlando Pirates, and Ahab is doing his things, then the older guys Newman them, they say, "Hey, Kamberipa, that's your guy, that's your guy." So later, as time goes, I develop into defensive midfielder. And obviously also because now Shepard was not there anymore, so he could not protect me for carrying the ball.
Adjust the gameplay.
I had to adjust. So that's how it went.
You were part of the title-winning team that's qualified for the African Cup Club Championships, and you went outside the country. Tell us about your experience in what was that?
So that was Zaire. It was then Zaire. It was a route awakening. We flew from here to Angola, Luanda. When we came in Luanda, they said our flight is delayed to 3 days. We were supposed to connect from Luanda to Maputo. Is it Maputo or what is it?
Maputo is in.
Sorry, what is the capital of Zaire?
Was it not Kinshasa?
Yeah, Kinshasa. So it was postponed by 3 days, and we were there at the.
When you sleep?
We were there at the airport that day.
Sleeping on the seat.
Yeah, and we were actually supposed to sleep there. I must give credit to our team manager, Leslie Kolongwiri, who was with Waka, Paki Waka. They negotiated tooth and nail, so they took us to Tropical Hotel. At least there we had aircon and everything. That morning we ate a fabulous breakfast. You know, the people, they ate in that hotel, so that we were similarly kicked out of that hotel that morning. So, and while we were there...
that was a first foreign trip.
Yeah, that was my first foreign trip. Oh, well, no, it's not. It's first time with African Star.
Okay.
Is it my first time to fly? Yes, because when we went to Lesotho, we just drove in a Kumbis. So it was my first time to fly. And while we were there in the morning, from nowhere came the legendary Congo, the Zairian by birth.
Former African stars.
Former African. I only heard about him. So he came there because he apparently worked for Syrian Airways, and when he read in the papers African Stars, so through the whole night he was looking where is African Stars until he came there. And when he came there, because...
What's the reception like? Okay, obviously you didn't know the guy, but I'm sure the likes of George Carissa paid with him.
That was something to see. George, he was only speaking Damara when he hugged him, and he was crying. The tears was...
Tears of joy.
Yeah, tears of joy, obviously. And you see, it touched me a bit as well. But then Dondos organized for us to fly to Congo-Brazzaville. So that night we flew to Congo-Brazzaville, and we had to take a ferry to cross into
over the river.
Over the river. So also on that, the people now, because we only ate in the morning, this crybaby.
We were starving.
It was, yeah. And you see, when we were walking in Angola, we saw this chicken that was being fried over flames and stuff. And I said, in your heart, you say, these people, what are they eating? I'm not going to eat. Not going to eat this.
There's a cultural difference.
Oh, it's very, very different. And now we know the flame grill, so... so we ate in the morning, and...
What was the starving?
So we ate in the morning, and... 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 So When we went to Congo Brazzaville at the airport, we slept at the airport in Congo Brazzaville, and we were quite hungry. Some of our guys, like Costa, they were just lying like hungry puppies there on the ground, almost crying. It was a bit difficult. And here also I must give credit to Kolongwili and Waka. They went and they brought that chicken.
You have to eat it.
There's no other way. So we ate that chicken, and with the baguette, that bread.
A bucket of French
Yes,
bread.
yeah.
French bread.
So because we were in a French territory,
Yes.
so and we ate and we slept there. Yeah, I was also keeping, you have most your big guys, your what. Yeah,
Whole group.
yeah, me and Rasta Buende and Waka and Costa always used to hang together.
Now, how was the football like? Now you are they introduced now to international football, because I remember when I was growing up, I watched our central team, the Namibian team, played against teams from South Africa. And so they were very good players, and we used to beat these guys. I remember Kaiser Chiefs gave me 1969. We drew the first match Sunday, we played 2 matches. We beat them 4-2 and 4-3. And a lot of other teams came here. And the way I didn't really think that there's any team that can beat Namibia. Because you always see like that, you're always in that mode until you get exposed to the other world, start seeing that. No, but I never really thought that the Angolans could play football. It was just shortly before independence. That's all that little came here. They played against the ones. That was probably the best team, football playing team on time.
That's
7-0. The next day they drew against Orlando Pirates.
Those were the 2 best matches ever played in Namibia. Those 2 matches. Because even when it was 6-0, not 7.
Something like that.
Yeah, young ones. And when you look at that game, you can not tell who should have won that game if you take away the goals.
It was end-to-end stuff.
Yeah. Very good football, carpet football, nice passing. Young ones could pass the hell. Yes. Those 2 matches for me stands out as the best ever football matches. I was still a very young boy, but I remember them very well because
They played to a goalless draw with Orlando Pirates.
yeah, that game, I don't play with General Ocamp.
So now let's go back to Congo. So your first game now, I think you lost 5-0.
We lost 3-0.
0. Okay, so how was it like now? What's it now? Fire baptism now. You probably thought you're going to go there. It's another walk in the park. So what was the difference? What did you find out there?
What was funny there, already when we were in Angola, they were telling us, you are going to lose 3-0. When we came in Congo Brazzaville, you are going to lose 3-0. When in Zaire, before we went to Buimai, we had to fly from the capital to Buimai, 1,500 kilometers. They were only talking that 3-0. And we went, we trained at that field, and in the morning they watered the field. It was just pools.
No, what you have?
It was just pools of water all over. And when we came in a warm up, you see those Zairians, they were just tackling the water like this, and our people waka them, they were trying to
Climb over.
certain things they ran over. Yes, I was on that bench for some strange reason because I was the only player with international experience then for African Stars. But
Everyone played for the youth team.
yes, but I must say I was really impressed by Nico Hinjo. He played in my place in the midfield, and even
He was a versatile player.
Yeah.
He was probably
Even
his best center back.
if I was African Stars coach there, I would have played Nico in midfield and give Rasta his natural place there at the back.
It's actually where Nico started. He started off as a midfielder.
Yeah.
And then when the Canaries and Mono and then started to become a little bit slower, then he was shifted to the back and as a centre back. But he was a brilliant player, unbelievable.
So you can, Nico Hinjo, for me in that match, Vemuna Oveka and Rasta Bonde always.
Rasta was a very intelligent player.
Very,
He
very.
played football differently. I think he was at a different level. And a lot of people, I think he's the most underrated defender of his generation.
Never to be called for the national team. Never to be called. He brought a different dimension to our game. We started to play from the back a bit, more so when Domingo Martins came in. Then really, Nico them and all them they got the confidence to play from the back.
You played for a few different generations in the African Stars, and were part of the team that won the sort of that immediately title at the dawn of independence. When you played with a couple of great players around you, like Domingo Martin, and also the Zambian boy, Epison Wawa. So how was it like now being introduced to different setup now, where football was reunited again now, playing in a national league setup, as opposed to the previous days when we only have the central, northern, and western, that kind of stuff now. And foreign players also, there was an influx of foreign players, a couple of other teams like the Rangers, Tigers. They signed a couple of refugees from neighboring countries. So how did this improve local football?
It improved local football a lot because African Stars always, when they find exciting players, they always bring them in. No matter nationality or ethnic group, I personally, I cooked well with all these foreign players. Also had a very good personal relationship with all these all these foreign players. And I must say, the guy who impressed me the most was Domingo Martin, because he kept it simple.
It was at a different level.
Yeah.
So what type of player? I mean, he brought a new dimension into his style of playing, and I think it influenced you guys all around him. So how would you describe him as a player?
Maybe he played only 3-4 years in Namibia. There was not a better midfielder than Domingo Martin.
I agree with you. I fully agree.
So that, let me just take that out of the way. So when you have such a great player, you only want to compliment him. You don't want to, even then when Domingo Martin was come, I was not carrying the ball anymore. So I know where I should pass the ball. And also with Waka Twahosepe was a very intelligent player. Who could,
Never lost the ball.
yeah, who could, his great ability.
Take the terms, the pace of the game.
His great ability is actually his passing.
Yes, possible.
Could pass the ball. And, that was a team. So, well, I played out of position when Domingo was there, but I was happy because I contributed. I was playing now more on the right midfield of the game. So, what a player he was. And also, Apitas, the guy from Zambia.
Short boy.
Yeah, the short boy. That boy could run with a ball and
he could finish.
and dribble like nobody's business. That guy also. There was also a couple of other guys. There was also this, I don't know what was he. There was this colored boy who came from Cape Town, Marais, which it was it Marais or something. He worked for Woolworth that time. He played here maybe half a season or so. Was very intelligent player.
Well, there were a lot of great players. But tell us of some of your memorable moments with African Stars. I mean, you always played in front of big crowds and Stars crowd always want victory. They don't settle for anything less than a victory. Sometimes they can become very hostile as well. Oh, how was it now? Were you not sort of bit disturbed and distracted by the behavior of some of the fans? If the team is not doing exactly well, then they get to the players, the skin of the players.
It never went to my mind, those things. When I'm on the field, it's like somebody else. I don't, listen to what they are saying. But you see the thing with Africans.
We're a cup favorite. I'm sure that they never saw it.
No,
Because they were chosen players that they kind of targeted certain players.
Africans, it doesn't matter whether you play bad or good. They can do those nasty things to you. So the one thing I want to tell the people with my journey with African Stars, when you play in Keetmanshoop, when you play in Walvis Bay, in Rungu, in Oshakati, it's like you are playing in a home game. Now, people, they are talking these things, support us. You can fill a stadium for one day. But I'm telling you, when you play with African Stars, it doesn't matter where they play. It's like a home game for you. Because all the African Stars supporters in the smaller, they will come and support.
I have experienced that. I think we went to Keetmanshoop was here. And people came from, you was nearby towns. Suddenly, there are a lot of African Stars supporters there, the Keetmans. I was wondering, where do these people come from?
It's like that.
That's enough for the team.
Yeah.
Now tell us of your biggest moments, what you have achieved and what you've won and everything. Some of the major trophies you won that got stuck to your mind.
Is the league? Was it 1983, 93 or the one that we played in Mini?
It was 90.
Was it 90?
90.
Where we played Liverpool for the penalties and
90. But 91, 11 others were married.
No, it was not 90. It must be 93 because Domingo was there. 90, Domingo.
90.
No. Domingo was not. He did not play for Stars in the 90s. It must be 90.
African Stars won was 1990. I believe that was demarcated and then the teams come to the playoffs. Was 91 was 11 NLs. 92 was Premiers.
I don't know there, but you see, African Stars almost got relegated in 89. So it cannot be 90, but it's okay. Okay, that.
I will have to check through my records.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that was the one. That was the game against Liverpool, the first game.
And it was already established 1990 after independence.
Yes.
We were not there before independence.
Yes. And we were there before independence because when they played in that mini league where
the mini league was started after independence. That's why they had to start when the teams. There was a league in Khomasar.
Okay.
A separate league. There was a white league as
okay.
Rembles and SKW, Spar, Anon, Maritimo, and all these teams played.
Mm.
And then with NSSL, where African Stars, Tigers, and all these other teams will play.
Okay.
So all this league were brought into the same as this where they started the National League.
Mm.
They were playoffs and all this kind of this is how Liverpool came into the picture. From nowhere, I don't know where they came from, but that's how they came into the picture. I think they petroled on a team from Khomasar, one of the teams.
Yeah.
And let's say they all won into the whole system here.
Okay. So those are the games, and also the Black Africa games were very memorable. Also, as a young boy from Debra, I also played one tournament in Black Africa second team.
You had?
Yeah. And was obviously Black Africa is the whole Debra, so it's something special to play against the people that you grew up with and all that. And Also against Pirates was also very memorable. Also, Lafayette, also one team. That was, their rivalry there. Nowadays it's mellowed down, but in our time, you go there to Chuarongo is
Now it's war.
it's war, yes. It's war.
Now, I'm sure that now and then you go and watch games as well. How would you compare the standard of play? Because a lot of things have changed now, the dynamics, the nutrition, training methods, and the approach. A lot of things have changed. But in terms of talent, what is your personal view about the current crop of players?
Yeah, I can safely say that the coaching method has improved tremendously. It's only talent because in our time, when you were playing for school, it kept you there. And you hone your skills. You are almost like in a soccer academy, like that. And when you were playing these other schools, Ashipena, Agostinium, and all those things. But nowadays, because now when you fail grade 10, you are out of school.
In the streets.
You are in the streets. So
And you start to develop that street mentality.
discipline goes with it. Yeah. And it's not like here we have now also many soccer academies.
That's a lot.
I don't know how they are contributing to us, but the standard has dropped tremendously. You can hardly, if you take 3 teams, there's probably only one exciting player. But in our time, every team had maybe 3 or 4 exciting players. So
People pay money, serious money to go and watch.
to go and watch. Yeah, I'm also not. I don't also want to criticize too much. Where my critique is only for the government, because football must become an industry. Not these things, the people talking sponsorships and everything. Where football is an industry, we are talking a whole lot of things. You see? Even the South African companies, when they are advertising, they are using South Africans. Why we have Namibians here?
You're talking about endorsements for players.
And all these kind of things.
So the marketing aspect of the game is lacking.
Those things can only be fixed by legislation. Government must go and see what it is to make football an industry. You see, football can be helping us with unemployment, serious unemployment, not these peanuts that the people are getting. And for sure now I know for coaches it's almost there, because they are probably paid higher than the players.
Now, your club, African Stars, won the league title 3 times in a row when there was a break
Yeah.
of those issues that were in football. They came back 2 consecutive league titles. They're on the way now, left 4th. So will you say the club is in good hands and it's on the right path?
It's in very good hands. I'm very happy with what they are doing. But we must strive to improve always. We must strive to improve always. And with the people that we have, I think they will always strive for improvement.
There we have it from the horse's mouth. With that, we've come to the end of another edition of African Stars Club Legends. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.